This podcast is brought to you by Certified Golf. Oh man, as I would say in England, I am absolutely knackered, mate.
Yeah. New York State Open, day one.
First round, let me fix my hat, hold on.
I know. I've had my hat on many different ways today. Never this way, though. It's a little not professional this way.
No.
I thought about it. Actually, I thought about doing this way out
The
there.
rally cap.
Needed something to go on. God only knows. Someone
Oh.
just let me hit a green once.
By the way, it's 9:30 p.m. How you doing?
Yeah. 9:30.
How was your day? How was your day? I know you had to drive from, Westchester?
Yep. I 2:21 tee time. Left around midday. Had a little outing. Had to get stuff situated for some stuff at work. Got down over here. Hit balls at the new improved range at Bethpage. If anyone's wondering what's going on there, I think it was what was the damage?
Simulator golf.
It was the damage from I guess the PGA.
Yeah.
They're resodding the range of the PGA, so they have nets up,
Hit into.
and you literally are hitting it to 7 feet in front of you.
But hey, at least you get a drive of that now.
That's true.
Get a drive.
That's true. Speaking of that, it's a funny story actually. So I get there, I'm like the last group. I found a parking space somewhere in New Jersey. And so I park, I walk up. I didn't know that the netting was there. And I get over there, I grab 20 balls just to get moving. And there was a guy ripping drivers. So it's like there's no one hitting balls because at the end of the day, what's the purpose? So I kind of I'm hitting some wedges to get loose from the drive, and there's a guy there tomahawking drivers into a net in a suit. No tie, but a suit.
With his jacket on.
Yeah. I started sweating for him.
It was 95 degrees today.
95 and humid.
95, humid, little breeze. I think it was a little breezy on the course.
We got wind.
Yeah.
I got some
I
wind.
teed off in the morning at 8:10 tee time. I requested an early tee time because I knew I had clinics.
Yeah.
So got done with Bethpage.
I went with the
Glisten.
Martin Keimer look today.
You're glistening.
I sprayed some suntan lotion. I don't really wear suntan lotion much actually, but I went for it today. It's all greasy.
I use the rub-on lotion.
But yeah, it was windy. I mean, my back nine was blowing 30. Speaking of that,
How's that?
well,
How's that? Playing Bethpage in a
the back nine of Bethpage and 30 to 25 mile an hour winds.
Possible.
I'm not that good.
It's plain and simple, folks.
I mean, at the end of the day, so let's talk about wind. Let's talk about some wind. So we spent some time in Florida. We went to school in South Carolina. We played in some wind today. I'll throw it at you this time. Tips playing in the wind.
Tips playing in the wind.
I mean, so crosswind, into wind, downwind. What do you got?
Into the wind, I just try to loosen up. Take some spin off of it. Especially out on the golf course, I exaggerate the hell out of that feeling. Because the last thing you want to see is, pew!
Yeah, it's easy to see.
Bring rain. Right to left, left to right. Just try to. I like to ride the wind, so I'm gonna play a shot that rides the wind. I don't like trying to hold something up against it because left to right wind, you're trying to draw it into, you leave it out, you're further right. I like to just ride the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Downwind, bombs away. I don't care if I have a wedge.
Just rip it.
Rip it.
Yeah, I mean, I happen to be a low spin player. So into the wind, I'm about as long as Brooks Koepka. There isn't a wind in the world that would touch my golf ball. Downwind, it's actually the reverse. It just knocks it out of the sky. I mean, I don't know what to hit. The fifth hole at Bethpage is downwind today. Hit a good drive. I had 150, 40, and it was straight downwind. I mean, I wanted to hit 50. I wanted to hit my lob wedge just to get it to spin up, and I chipped a 9, and you can't hold that.
How was that whole location for a downwind shot?
I think that whole location was good if you were coming from the other angle. It was 3 paces off the bunker.
Off
the only
downhill
chance
slope.
The only chance you had of landing that ball near the flag and holding it there was either if you're,
Yeah,
If you hit it 390 and you hit a wedge, or I don't know, someone drops it from a helicopter passing by.
That's what my ball did today. Actually, held the green, had 15 feet.
Just to hold the green was unbelievable. Actually, it's funny because it's amazing with with so into the wind. I mean, obviously for a better golfer or a pro, I mean, obviously they're more confident in hitting some shots. I mean, I think for the regular amateur golfer like our members, into the wind for them is scary because number one, you got to strike the ball solid. Mm-hmm. Most amateur golfers don't strike it solid enough, so the wind affects it more. But it's crazy with weather, by the way, in general. I mean, it's kind of like a little tangent going into weather. So I walked the golf course with Danny Ballin at the PGA, and it's so crazy what weather does to a golf course and conditions. He hit driver 3 wood into 5 when I was walking with him. Now, Danny doesn't hit the ball for miles, but hits it far enough. He hit driver from the back tee, not the tee we played. Driver 3 would draw around the corner, and today it's downwind, 90 degrees, ball's bouncing, and it's driver 9
3 wood.
I'd watched it. Hit a sick draw. Couldn't hold the green. I don't know what Danny hit that. I haven't talked to Danny.
I think he shot 1 over.
1 or 2 over, but I didn't. I don't know what he hit in today. I'm sure he hit 9 or 8, but it's just funny. It's just funny how
God.
and that's what everyone has to realize playing golf, pro level, amateur level. It's one of my pet peeves. Like, how many people go to their course? If you guys are watching this and you're a pro or whatever, and it's early in the year, it's 48 degrees and maybe a little breezy, it's cold, and you're going out with a group of amateurs and it's 150, and they're pulling their 150 club that they hit in August when it's 92.
Right.
The temperature conditions are everything.
Ball reacts differently when it's probably around 55 degrees or under.
Right. There was a chart that I have it somewhere. I gotta find it actually. Maybe we'll post it on our Instagram. But it was basically what temperature does to a ball every 10 degrees. No different than playing in Colorado. You play at 7,000 feet, it goes 20% further compared to playing down at sea level in Florida.
Speaking of 20% further.
Yeah.
So, I'm talking to this member at Hempstead. He will remain nameless. So he comes to me, he's like, "Hey Mike, my rangefinder's on meters. Could you change it to yards?"
Good old Bushnell, old
sure.
thing.
Like, all right, so I changed it. He goes, "It's been like that for 1.5 years." And I'm like, What? He goes, "I got this 1.5 years ago. I've been playing meters this whole time."
He doesn't ask anyone?
No, he didn't realize it.
You mean the M every time you shoot the M? What does he think what did he think the M stood for? Shoots it, sees M, so he's near the 150 mark.
I can't even think of an M word that would make sense.
Moron. Okay? He's standing there 150, okay? Shoots it. Says 138. M. I don't know if I don't know if it'd be 138. I have no idea what the conversion is. Was it pretty close?
Yeah.
I like that. Maybe
pretty close.
I had a couple foreign friends that they had meters. They shoot 138 and he doesn't think anything of it.
Probably thought it was a front hole location.
What is it that 138? Maybe. Is that what the M stands for? Maybe it's 138.
Maybe.
I mean, this guy.
By the way, 9 minutes in almost. Forgot to introduce Mike Maggetty, Johnny Dips, both PGA professionals, part of the Met section.
It's been a long day.
It's been a very long day.
I don't know what day it is.
State Open today.
I don't know what day it is.
The black takes a lot out of you, okay? And you know what else takes a lot out of you is junior clinics. Junior clinics.
Yeah, they can.
I had 2 groups today. One 6 to 9 year olds.
Yep.
The other's 10 to 12.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out which ones behave better. 6 to 9 year olds don't really comprehend what you're trying to tell them.
They don't care. They want to have more fun.
10 to 12 year olds comprehend it and then just
don't care.
Contradict you.
Yeah, they have all the answers.
Yes, they do.
6, 7-year-old, they're fun. Show them how to hold the club, put the ball there, rip it, swing as hard as you can.
Play golf.
You play games, today. Right? 11 years old, now they have Instagram. They know what the hell they're watching stupid podcasts, and they all of a sudden they're expert of golf.
Yeah.
I mean, teaching juniors is a tricky thing. I mean, I think it's never too early to start.
Right.
But you also can't. My experience with juniors. I mean, from 5 to 10, they're fun. It's fun.
Just swing it. Teach them
Yeah.
a couple of different things. They don't have to have the club in a perfect position.
How do you handle?
Yes.
How do you handle an overbearing parent? So at the end of the day, we at Old Oaks, we have a pretty decent junior program. It's still unique because a lot of our kids go to sleepaway camp and stuff, which is fine. So we get them at the bookends of the season. But like I've worked at clubs where there's been a pretty big junior program, and you get the parent who my son's going to play on the tour, and I want him to have 25 hours of instruction a week, and this poor kid, some of them like it, but this kid, it's not going to work.
Me, I say no. Okay, the guy I've been taking lessons from out of Myrtle Beach, Alistair Dyer, first lesson we ever had, he goes, I don't want to see you more than once every other week. Now, obviously, I'm not a junior at this point. I started taking lessons when I was 22 from him, so I had already developed the golfing skill.
Mm-hmm.
Kids that are that young, and you have the parents that are always over the shoulder over this, I kindly ask them to step aside, sit down on a bench. You almost treat them like a child. Tell them what you want. Like this is my teach. This is my area.
This is their zone.
Okay,
my zone.
I'm teaching him. You could teach him or her after. Like you
Whatever.
can sit there and listen to what I'm telling your child. That's fine. So they know, oh, well, Coach Mike said this, so my dad or my mom, okay, good.
Yeah.
It's...
By the way, on a total side note, I'm a mess. By the way, I'm looking at my shirt. It's wrinkled. I got suntan lotion. At some point today, I was
permanent
walking.
wrinkle in my forehead.
I was one collar was up, one collar was down. I basically had a ShamWow on my head at some point, trying to keep me cool. Sorry for that tangent, but I'm just looking at myself in this. Jesus Christ. Anyway, but I mean, like honestly, let's talk about another pet peeve of mine as an instructor. And whoever's watching this who's an instructor is going to love this.
Yes.
And if you're not an instructor watching this and you're either taking lessons or have a kid that's taking lessons, here's the number one thing I never want to hear out of someone's mouth, especially with a kid, because I'm going to tell you what the repercussions can be. Little Jimmy hits the ball. The father or mother is behind there going, up, you picked your head up.
Oh my God.
Keep your head down. Hold on. They may chunk it, skull it, shank it, flush it, anything. You know what the cause of all those were? You picked your head up. So here's the problem. Where I'm going on this. Okay, here's the problem with this. I had a kid who's in college. He keeps his head down for eternity. Okay, I mean, ball struck. The position he gets in, I'd have to dislocate my shoulder to extend that way. And I said to him, like, it's kind of a touchy subject to tell someone, pick your head up. Right. But I'm like, at some point, I said to him, like, I'm 29 years old. I played golf for a good amount of my life. I've never seen the club hit the ball. Maybe with a chip, definitely with a putter, maybe with a short wedge. Never seen an iron hit the ball in my life.
Me neither.
No idea. And he said to me, he goes, well, the reason I keep my head down so long is because I was just told as a kid to keep my head down.
It's not possible to be a consistent player and be stuck like this.
Now, granted, like Koepka, I noticed this the other day. He probably keeps his head down the longest out of anyone on the tour.
Correct.
But he's also a freak.
Correct.
And gets in a position, and obviously he's Brooks Koepka.
Like Davis Love definitely kept his head down.
But at the end of the Annika Sorenstam kind of does one of those.
Duval.
But it is literally, and by the way, this is not just for juniors.
Everybody. It's the worst advice in golf.
Not even close. It's not even close. Because I can bend over in my golf posture. I can stand straight up and keep my head down. One of the best things you can do. I did this last week. Someone said, I picked my head up. You see that shot? Wasn't even close to picking up their head. So I said, I'll tell you what. You want to see me keep my head down for your turn? I'm going to show you what shot you're going to hit right now. I ripped the club out of their hand because I'm tired of hearing about that. And I swung as hard as I could, and I didn't pick my head up. I topped it 15 yards, 6 times in a row. And I said, did you see my head pick up? They're like, no. I said, I watched the ball and picked it up, and I topped it every single time. So stop saying you didn't. You picked your head up. Drives me
Let's do it.
insane.
Top three worst advice you can be given from your foursome, from your friends.
Well, that's from an instructor.
That's like the Tiger Woods of instruction.
It's number one pet peeve. I can't stand it.
That's the GOAT of instruction.
Yep.
As far as
no doubt.
No goes.
No goes. Yeah. Go for it. You have one in mind? I'm trying to think. Keep your head down. I literally cringe.
Keep your head down's the worst.
Keep your head down.
Slow you swing down?
Yeah, it's quick. I was quick. What does that mean I was quick? What does that mean? What was quick?
Exactly.
Was the takeaway quick? Was the transition quick?
Your hips quick.
What was quick?
What was quick?
I'm trying to be quick. I just played Bethpage Black. I want to be quick. I want to hit
the hell out of it.
480 hole into the wind. Last thing I'm thinking about is slow. I mean, yeah, I don't understand. Quick.
Oh, it was quick.
It's quick. Oh, you were quick there. Good. It's great. How about being more educated and say your transition was a little rushed. You didn't complete the turn. But that's a pro to an amateur.
Right.
We're talking about we all play with whoever's watched this again. We've all played with people that are maybe not as good, or we have played with amateurs, and the way they interact with each other is this is what we're talking about.
Have you ever seen Golf Digest? A Golf Digest title that says "Keep your head down"?
No.
Well, the people that are doing Golf Digest, YouTube, all that stuff.
How
do I keep my head down?
Believe it or not, now that you say that, I haven't seen the title like Brooks Koepka. He's too quick. Haven't seen that one yet either. So, I don't really.
Is lifting up the same thing? Oh, I
lifted up. What did you lift up?
You have to lift up the look.
What'd you lift up? I think it's brutal. So that's number 2, and that is definitely something that drives me bananas.
What now? Instead of the top, we'll go to something a little bit more positive.
No, I got it. Okay, you want to go positive? I was going negative.
Go negative. Let's go.
It's not really negative. Since we're on the pet peeves of swing instruction, we'll think of that third one. But I was thinking of things that pet peeves of the golf course, amateur, pro, whatever. How about the corny golf jokes out there? Okay. Okay. Literally, if you want to see a grown man uproot a tree, okay, let me knock my ball off the tee by accident and have someone in my group say 1.
It's 1. Or at least you hit it straight.
1. At that point in time, I think about readjusting my aim to that person. Okay? 1. It's over, dude. The joke is over.
It's gone.
It's over.
It's officially gone right now.
Frankly, I want to know if there was ever a time I even thought that was fun.
No.
1. You got a hold of that one. Did I? I'm going to get a hold of your neck. I mean, it drives me bananas. I mean, that one comes to my mind because it's the most overused
corny
one.
Golf jokes.
There's a million of them. And honestly, whoever watches, I want them posted on the comments of the Instagram, whatever. Post the corny golf jokes. Post the pet peeve swing advice from your buddies, from whoever, because it's hard to think off the top of our head, but those are glaring to me.
Yeah. Well, they'll pop into the head while we
no doubt
go along.
Okay, so let's go. You're going positive.
Number one swing tip you can give anybody.
Like a real good one.
Yeah,
like
really
an actual
good one. Like the best piece of advice you would give somebody, either taking up the game or someone that's struggling, amateur.
The best swing advice for someone taking up the game or amateur. Well, number one.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, go for it.
I would like to see people grip the club properly with a lot less tension. The amount of times I try to, okay, now you stand next to the student.
It's like
and you
rebar.
go, okay, go to take the club away.
You can't
and
touch
stop
it.
at me. They go like this.
It's
and
incredible.
I'm trying to maneuver the club, and they go like, holy crap! Like, dude, relax.
They all probably work in it. These are most. Well, no. A lot of my membership are very successful finance or whatever. Do they hold a pen like that? Do they type on a keyboard like that? You grip like, okay, let me show you a little what wrist hinge is like. I have to be the Incredible Hulk to move the club.
It's so true. It's so true.
Like, how are you going to create any sense of? Just see this? Look at this. Look at the video.
Boom.
See that leg? See
Boom.
that right
I
there?
could do it lefty.
See that right there? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? What sport are you like this? Maybe the outdoorsman competition when they're chopping logs. I bet you they're free. You take an axe in your hand, there's some lag in there.
Be.
There's nothing you can do athletically that involves gripping anything that hard unless you're a professional rock climber. I don't know what they're. It's incredible, and honestly, the grip pressure comes from the smallest people.
Right, but at that point, well, that's probably because they feel like they have to hold it tight just to move the club.
Yeah,
get lighter clubs.
That's
get
true.
lighter clubs.
That's true.
Use graphite shafts.
Just something.
Nothing wrong with that.
Get the Callaway, get the Callaway Epic Star package. Get the Zexios. Get something you can hand. They're just free. Just. I mess with like their clubs all the time. I love taking like a regular graphite shaft.
Oh.
It's like a training aid.
Oh.
Just wait for it, you know.
Instead
what?
Ladies driver.
It's great, especially because I don't spin it. I might bring one tomorrow. You got one around your house?
I might have one in the basement.
I might go with like a ladies G5. I don't know, something soft tomorrow. Oh, I drove it great. I need. So I have 2 hybrids in my bag. I think I'm gonna go for 7 hybrids. The Big Bertha line has an 8 hybrid. The way I hit my irons today, I mean, they were good and it's solid. I mean, 4 greens in regulation at Bethpage Black, that usually gets you a lot of really low scores.
The kid broke 80.
I broke 80.
4 greens.
4 greens in regulation. I broke
Hardest
80. That deserves a plaque in itself. That's the highest score I could have shot. But anyway, yeah. I mean, it's just the tension level. I mean, I wasn't even that tense out there. Well, rule number one at Bethpage Black when it's July, if you have tension and aggravation out there, you could die out there. We've talked about this.
We talked about it last week.
It actually, I'm the most calm. I'm the most calm at Bethpage because I know if you get your blood pressure going, you're going down.
I'm walking on number 7.
Yep.
Or number 7 and then number 9. Number 7, I was like, this actually feels like JFK tarmac.
It's true.
And then I'm on
It's
9.
true.
I turn to my caddy. I go, dude, this is hot.
You know where I feel it? You know where I felt it today? Because I was 35 over. The 10th and 11th hole.
Oh,
There's nothing out there.
Nothing.
You stand on the 11th fairway. You're looking around, going, where could the helicopter land if I needed to get out of here? If I go down right here, who's gonna ever know? We were the last group today of the field. The only thing behind me was the maintenance crew.
With the hose.
So if I went down, whoever the first group is tomorrow morning at 7:15, they'll find John right in the bunker, crawled up.
By the way, shout out to Pete Ballo. He obviously heard the episode. I'm on 4. I'm walking up 4. He's teeing off on 5.
Yeah,
He's like, he goes, hey, how you playing? I was like limping.
Yeah.
He goes, hey, at least you're a loyalist. The new one.
See those pants on he had today?
I did.
If anyone saw
Those
Pete
are
Ballard
one
today at the
underpants.
State Open, he
Those are one underpants.
he had lime green
Was
pants
it
on.
RLX pants? I
don't know.
I think I had a pair of them.
I remember back in the day, I love ranting about friends, Sunday.
Yeah.
But like 4 years ago, I remember he was playing the Westchester Open. I was out there. He had those lime green pants on with a yellow. He looked like a John Deere tractor. He had a yellow shirt on with lime green pants.
Popped out of Crayola
Yeah, it was
box.
unbelievable. But,
All right.
Bethpage is hard.
It is hard.
It's awesome though.
You know it's not hard?
What?
Recording a golf swing.
It's true. Everyone can do it.
Selfie golf. You
Yep.
use this?
I have one for this.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Put it on.
Boom.
There you go.
Throw this in.
See that?
Put the alignment stick in there.
Not for nothing.
Press record.
I jacked one of these from him this year. From this guy, Selfie Golf. It's great. I keep it in my golf bag. I got the alignment sticks on there. Instead of asking you know, a guy to say, hey, you gotta take a video of this, and then they're like this. Which way do I go? Do you want it this way,
Up here, down here.
Just put it where you want. Alignment stick, boom, done. And
God.
it's great. It's really a
The amount
nifty
of times
tool.
I get video, yeah, just send me a swing video, and it's like
Yeah.
down here,
Yeah.
pointing up there. Okay,
Wow,
where
I'm
do I
across.
go?
Wow, I'm underneath the plane line. Yeah, that's because he's 41 degrees to the right. You know.
Selfie golf. Get yourself one.
No, so I like it.
All right. Who's your favorite in the Open this week?
My favorite in the Open this
I haven't
week.
even. All I've been thinking about is the New York State Open this week. I haven't really paid attention.
I mean,
to
you know,
anything.
I don't watch. I just don't watch golf. I'm at work
I know.
teaching, and who's at the? I forget the. I
So
forget the
out of
Open's
the
even
loop.
going on.
So out of the loop.
I knew it was
right
on
now.
because I turn the golf channel on every night about 9 p.m. when I get home, and it's reruns or
I don't even know
live
who's
from the
playing.
Open.
Who played well at Scottish last week? Everybody.
Phil Mickelson lost like a flash 15 pounds. Did you see that?
Really?
To get ready for the Open. He did some crazy diet and lost 15, 20 pounds to get in shape, whatever, for the Open.
Wow.
I don't know what that does. It's going to be
Hit it 10 yards
67. It's going to
shorter.
be 62 degrees and rain. What do you need to be skinny for?
That's all it is.
If there's any people that need to drop weight, it'd be for this New York State Open.
We will drop weight this week.
It's true.
Maybe he walked the black 4 times.
It's true. I went to the diner after I played. I had
Yeah, how was
a
that?
bacon cheeseburger.
Nice. I had
Whatever.
a donut.
Yeah, it's good. Yes, I mean, is Tiger even? I mean, Tiger. I haven't heard anything about him.
I heard that Brooks Koepka, he texted Brooks Koepka for a practice round. Did you hear about this?
He texted what?
Tiger wanted to play a practice round. Look it up right now. Tiger wanted to play a practice round with Brooks Koepka. No reply.
Brooks never replied to him.
Nope. Heard nothing.
I don't understand.
Nothing. Wait, what would you do?
If you,
Like if you were Tiger Woods?
if
Or like just a reporter, anything. Look,
Wood's not quite as sharp as he wants entering the Open Championship. I'm just reading PGA Tour app on my phone news.
live
just
on the
checking.
par.
Live on the par. I mean, here we go. 5 things to know about Royal Portrush.
Let's go.
Here we go. Let's
You've
take
been
it
over-
out.
You said you've never been over there, right?
Never been over there.
Oh.
Never been over there.
Unreal. By the way, I know Bethpage. We're playing one of the hardest golf courses in the world, if not the hardest. Carnoustie, I think, is the best.
All right,
golf course
so
I've ever played. I know Scotland and Ireland are the same thing too.
I mean, this is, you know, they're just talking about the new look. Hey, you go on. Yeah, I'm not going to read this.
No.
Just go on the PGA Tour. It just tells you the new stuff they have, the new course. But yeah, no, I mean, he wants to play practice round. I didn't do it. I mean,
That's wild. Like what?
what is the big deal? Aren't they? I mean, I understand if I like Monday qualified for an event. I'm like, hey Tiger, you want to go play 9 at 8 a.m.?
That's
I
what-
expect no response. But Brooks Koepka saying, hey pal, you want to go play quick 9 and just saying, the hell with you.
Well, Tiger texted Brooks.
Oh, Tiger takes it. Oh, that's so what I'm saying, which is even funnier.
That's hysterical.
Which is funny. Actually, tells you a lot about Tiger's kind of like whatever.
Tiger might not be wearing a thong.
When the hell
That's
is
why.
what?
Tiger doesn't wear thongs.
I
So
saw
Brooks-
that.
You saw that, right?
Yeah. Well, maybe Tiger wants to start wearing thongs and he wanted to discuss that. Maybe he wanted to discuss that with Brooks. You know?
Brooks, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing, dude?
Get your underwear in your
It's
ass.
freaking me out. I got 2 under on. It's about as cool. I when I was a kid, and I was a good swimmer. Want to do the swim team? Yeah, I'll do the swim team. Until I found out what I gotta wear.
Yep.
Ain't doing it.
Thank you.
Nope.
Won't catch
Ain't-
me.
You
Won't catch
it'll
me in a
be
banana hammock. Not me.
Not a chance
Not
in
ever.
blue hell that you're gonna see me in a Speedo.
Not ever.
I don't want to see myself in a Speedo. B, no one else wants to see me in a Speedo.
Speaking of something I'll never do again.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't wear Speedo. I'm not saying that.
Yep.
But something I'll never do again because I did it once
Okay.
is double bag on the black.
You
I-
caddied?
Yeah.
Why?
This was like 6 or 7 years ago. My friend needed a favor, so I said, yeah, sure. Caddied for a righty and a lefty.
2 amps?
They both sliced the ball.
2 amps?
Yeah.
What's their handicaps?
Oh, 30.
Yeah, so this goes, kind of based on our first episode that I think you're a little, you don't have your shit together. You're driving the wrong courses. Everything I'm learning a lot about you. I'm gonna carry 30 handicaps at Bethpage Black and double bag it.
You know what?
Are you on Earth? Seriously.
Thank
Are you
God,
on Earth?
Thank God there was a van today to bring me to the 10th tee, or I would have teed off.
Believe it or not, speaking of that van, on the 11th hole, after I made another bogey, I thought about jumping in it. I'm on the 11th green, chipped up there, 2-putted for bogey, standard of the day. Van was coming, and I thought about just, I'm done. Just stand there let's go. Had enough. Okay? Standing there on the 11th hole, 140. Flag staring at me. Bunker. 1-shot penalty because it's like playing out of Jones Beach. I hit my little top spinner outside of the bunker, hit the green, 30 feet, 2-putt bogey. Someone get me off the course.
Dude, just like you said last week, you can kind of get it going out there.
You can make birdies out there.
You can.
The front nine is totally gettable.
Right.
Totally gettable.
The back nine,
where you
started on 10, hit an 8 iron.
I'm starting on 10 tomorrow.
Good. Get it out of the way.
I get it. I don't want that. I mean, the first tee shot's a tough heart, but 10? How you doing? 500 yards. Bring it. Be half asleep.
8 iron, 12 feet.
I might pick my head up on the first hole tomorrow.
Drained a 40-foot snake on 11 for birdie.
I'm glad you had a birdie. I'm glad you had birdie putts. Okay, I had 4 of them, and one birdie I had chipped in after I laid the sod over a wedge. Okay.
By the way, for those of you that don't know what laying the sod over it means, it's when you lay the sod over the golf ball. You hit about 8 inches behind it.
Does everyone agree that golf is literally the most disturbing sport in the world? I am over this wedge shot with the most positive feelings in the world. I'm 70 yards out, green light special with a 58 degree in my hand. I am feeling good. I got good rehearsal swings. I'm like, we're gonna make a little run here. I'm gonna hold this thing. And I hit a foot behind it. Talk about golf, right? There it sums up golf. The highs and lows of emotions in golf. Because on that same hole, I laid the sod over it. Ball, club, sod, 70 yards. I maybe hit it 30. And then chipped it in for birdie. Welcome to golf. Woo. And that's probably probably one of the biggest tips. When you're saying, like, what's a good tip for people playing golf, amateurs, is you kind of have to stay even keel. And it's funny talking to someone like me, because it's not like I'm throwing clubs and yelling out there, but it's hard for me to stay even keel. I get fired up internally pretty quick, but it's amazing because how you can go low to high. I mean, I hit driver, 3-wood, like the best of 2 swings I've made in my life. Chunked a wedge from 70 yards, it went 30 yards, and then chipped it in for birdie. I went from unbelievable drive, did anyone see that 3-wood? I am the worst wedge player in the world, to God, I just want to make a birdie. You know what, my par's not bad, and then chipped it in, and then it hits, and then you're like, oh my God, I could go on a run now. Like, you just up and down and up and down and up. It's brutal. But you just have to understand that golf is so hard. Anything can happen at any time.
Going with the tips, the hardest, it's obviously, I think everything in this game is easier said than done, which is why it's very similar to life. Everything's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Don't play with any expectations.
It's true.
Zero expectations. Or if you want some, just keep them down here.
Honestly, on that note, on a serious note, on that kind of building on the expectation level, it's no different than teaching as a golf instructor. I think one of the biggest jobs as PGA professionals and teaching amateur golfers is to honestly kind of knock down the expectation level to a reasonable level. I mean, I'm teaching, and I'm like, you get a new student, you're like, okay, so what are you looking to get out of the lesson? And, you know, I'm not consistent.
I'm not consistent.
Number one answer.
I need to
number
work on
one
my
answer. Family
consistency.
Feud. Number one answer.
Yeah,
I'm
who
not
doesn't?
consistent. Okay, so what do you do for a living? And they proceed to tell me I have 3 kids, 4 dogs, 7 houses. I'm members of 10 clubs. I run a hedge fund, but I want to be more consistent. And how many hours do you hit balls a week? And they say, well, just every time I take a lesson with you. So where do you get consistency? And that's so I make sure to tell them, like, listen, I will make sure to help you. We will try to build a plan, but you have to be realistic with yourself. I remember when Ricky Fowler went to the swing change with Butch. I remember Butch came to our education forum. You may not have been up here. You might have been down in the Carolinas.
Yeah, I wasn't here yet.
But Butch came to our education forum in the fall, spring, spring, education forum. Doesn't matter. And he said Ricky Fowler, it took him 7-8 months of hitting balls 8 hours a day to get comfortable with the new move. Get comfortable to play in a tournament. These guys come to me on a Saturday at 2 o'clock after lunch, and they want me to knock 10 shots off the score with no practice in between.
No.
I understand that all of us PGA professionals, we have our times where we look like heroes. No doubt.
Right.
We might come up with the things I've said to an amateur golfer that had them hit the ball better. Yeah, I don't even want to say it.
Just gotta exist.
But at the end of the day, it's incredible the expectation level that everyone's game is. And it doesn't stop with them. It's with us too.
Right.
I'm working on a new move. I'm going to Bethpage Black. What, shoot 65? No. Like, I'm going out there. I piped one off the first hole. I'm saying to myself, here we go. 62 in the cards today. 3-putt. Thanks. Welcome back to reality. You know, but like, it's just the expectation level with everyone across the board, I think, needs to be realistic. Now, there's a difference between having a realistic expectation and being, you want to be optimistic. I'm going in tomorrow knowing I'm happy where my game's going. I think I could shoot a low score out there. I'm not going to go tomorrow and go, I think I got 55 tomorrow.
See, the way
That's
these things go.
Unrealistic.
The way these things go. Okay, we've played in a fair share of state opens.
Yeah, this is my 4th.
The cuts
Cut gets up
five over right now.
It's going to go to 9 or 10.
Exactly.
So I'm 8 over right now. In my head, pars tomorrow is a good score. It's a good round of golf at Bethpage. It's a good score anywhere. But I don't know. I'm realistic, and my expectation level is like, listen, I go make 18 pars tomorrow, which would be unbelievable for anyone playing in the State Open. But I'm saying I know what I need to do, regardless, and I'm going to try to shoot the lowest score and build upon what I'm doing anyway in my game. It's not a big deal.
Someone asked me, what do you have to shoot tomorrow?
I don't know.
I'm going to shoot as low as I possibly can.
It depends on everything. And by the way, on a total side note, the difference between PGA Tour and PGA professional tournaments, I mean, there's probably a lot of good players watching this podcast.
Yeah.
We have our moments that we're both fair good at golf. But a lot of our tournaments go the other direction.
Right.
Like PGA Tour cuts
usually the other way.
Usually go lower or they don't move. All of our club pro level tournaments generally go higher.
Yes.
That's just what it is.
Right.
Not saying that there's the 10, 15 guys that are going to play tomorrow that are going to shoot lower. It's just the field as a whole always goes the other direction.
Speaking of the tour,
yeah.
Do you see a 63 out there at all?
Like any golf course?
No,
you mean it
on the black?
No, it makes no sense to me. That's no different than Johnson Wagner. When I drive down to Florida, I usually try to team up with him. I go play Quail Hollow. 61, Rory? What does that even mean?
What
does that even mean?
I don't get it.
I played Quail Hollow in like an off season. It wasn't like firm and fast. It was just kind of normal. And I played like 6,900. Firm, fast, PGA Tour, 7,500 yards, 61. That's why I'm in the New York State Open and have to go tomorrow to score an event at the club. And I'm not in Scotland. They're just that much better. The level of play at the tour level is levels above us.
So my best round at the black, not in a tournament, just I was playing with my dad, a friend, and some other guy we get randomly paired with. I shot 65. Okay?
That's impressive.
I had 21 putts that day.
Right, you careered it.
Made every few.
You careered it.
Careered it.
You've maxed out
I remember every shot I hit, and I'm just like, I don't know if it's possible.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
You shot 65.
Yes.
The next round of golf you played, wherever it was, what was your expectation? You shot 65 at one of the hardest golf courses on the planet.
My expectations were I was going to shoot 59 the rest of the year.
And that's the other thing too. Piggybanking on that expectation level. How many times do you play a really good round and you're like, yeah, I remember breaking 80 for the first time. Once you break 80 for the first time, if you shoot 81 and you suck, might as well give it up.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, it's funny. It's just, I think everything with sport, golf especially, because it's hard.
But that was a very, very good tip. Just your expectations should match the amount of time you have to dedicate to the game.
Right,
Like,
and
we're not magicians. We're PGA professionals. We can give you some tips. If it doesn't work the first or second session after you go see your PGA professional, that doesn't mean it's wrong.
and like they don't, amateur golfers don't understand as well. Like with me, like I'm trying to go through a swing adjustment. It's starting to show up on the golf course, right? In waves. They take a lesson and say we make a change. They go play with their buddies the next morning. It doesn't really work, and your lesson didn't work. What were you talking? You maybe do this. I was hooking the ball. Well, you have to put the time in to let it. First of all, there's stages of golf. Hitting balls on a range is not playing golf. That's hitting balls.
It's exercise.
It's like firing tennis balls. I'm not playing tennis.
Right.
I'm hitting tennis balls, right? You have to get what you're trying to work with, put it into practice, and then you have to apply it to playing golf, which is hard in itself. That also takes practice. Like I look like a PGA Tour superstar on the driving range. I look really good because I can do the move. There's nothing to fear. I kind of aim into oblivion, which is something you shouldn't do, but sometimes you get in that just whatever. And I go on the course and it doesn't show up. But I understand, like, I have to be patient. It's hard for me to be patient, but it is what it is.
It's in the blood. It's in the blood.
It's in the blood.
Unfortunately, we didn't get any unexpected callers.
Everyone's in bed. Most everyone that are going to watch this are already in bed. It's 10:09. I need to shower.
I need a shower too.
I got to get this glistening off of me. Staying at Maggette's house because I'm not driving back to Westchester for an hour and 15 minutes to go to Bethpage right here for 9:15. So, bumming at his place today.
I'm glad you made it.
Yeah.
See, everybody, if you learn anything about my good friend Johnny Dips, you give him a second chance, he pulls through.
Yep.
Johnny Dips.
That's it.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Mike Maggetty, Johnny Dips, strokes gained. We'll see you next week. How you doing?